earlier I said that one of the reasons, one of the benefits of, or hopeful effects of sending the letter would be to evoke a response from me. Well, I know that often if my partner and I are having an argument or having a discussion about something, or I'm talking about politics, or I'm talking about, angry about terrorism, or angry about Australian politics, or there's always somebody floating by the front of the unit. It's almost like they're walking by real slow and they want to get an earful. Well, these units are really old. There's all there is plyboard, a cheap window, and an aluminum frame in the front of the window. So I'm sure that if I'm talking a little bit loud or whatever, or maybe even if I'm quiet and they have a microphone, a high density amplified microphone, that they can walk by slowly and capture my audio. So when my partner brought home the mail, I knew exactly the reason they had done it. He had done it intentionally, or he had gotten his friends to do it intentionally. It wasn't an accident. He's very vocal. He tells everybody about me. He tells everybody lies about me, that he's this, he's that. He accuses us of this, he accuses us of that, and it's all ungrounded. We're innocent. We're innocent. So I played on it because I know that everybody comes by here every time I start talking about something, or every time I raise my voice, or every time I'm upset about something. Everybody, quite often, there's 2 or 3 people that stroll by here real slow, either to instigate or whatever. How can I know exactly what their motive is? But it's not nice. So I played on that a bit. When my partner came in with the mail, I played on it a bit, and I kind of got a little bit loud, kind of exaggerated a little bit. Immediately after we had disengaged, my partner and I quickly opened up the door, and guess what I saw? Right in front of our unit, one of Game's Fool Flea's friends in this building, living in the unit down there, was standing in front of our unit. Now he's walking real slow, and as soon as I open the door, he starts talking on the phone, and he starts picking up his pace a little bit. It was still slow. I thought when I opened the door that he was paused in front of our unit. What else was he doing? Well, this seems strange. He's talking on his phone with this hand, with his left hand. He's not talking when I open the door. He starts talking after I open the door, because I couldn't hear him when I opened the door. And I could have heard him if he was talking on the phone through the closed door. So I open the door, he sees me, he starts talking as if he's talking on the phone. What's in his other hand? Well, in his other hand is held up like this, and there's a white cord. It looked like he's holding up a microphone, and it's held out like this. It's held out like this towards our unit. Like he's standing like that. He picks up his pace and starts walking, and he starts talking on the phone, and he continues on his way to his unit, but his hand stays up in the air. It's like he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and he doesn't want to take his hand out because then everybody around is gonna realize that he was stealing, so he leaves his hand in the cookie jar. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really helpful. But it looked to me exactly like he had a microphone in his hand, or he was trying to make it look like he had a microphone in his hand and was trying to record my angry response to the letter in our mailbox. He held his hand up like this with wire all the way to his unit, and I watched him walk all the way to his unit, and he held his hand up like that all the way to the unit. So I think what happened was, I think he either wanted to make it look like he was recording what I was talking through the wall, standing in front of our unit, recording my reaction to the letter that Fool Flea had purposely incorrectly sent to our unit and put in our mailbox. It wasn't delivered by post again. It was hand delivered. The letter was not, the envelope was not postmarked. It was not handled at all by Australian Post. It was put in our mailbox by one of his friends or him. So this guy got caught. I opened up the door quickly. I caught him, and he was embarrassed because his hand was up in the air with a microphone close to our unit like this. And he got embarrassed and thought that if I put my hand right away down, if I do this, that's gonna look really, really suspicious. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna just walk back to my unit with my hand up like this, holding a wire, and I'll walk all the way to. I'm gonna walk all the way to my unit because surely that won't look suspicious. Anyways, I thought it was hilarious. Anyways, so the guy walks to his unit, and the whole way had his hand held up like this, and that's what I'm talking about. Things like that make me think like either one, they're trying to make it look like, and they're trying to evoke a response from me. They're trying to get me to talk about it, go on YouTube and talk about it, and then I look like a fool, which benefits their case, benefits their cause, because you look bad. And the other option is that he actually did do it. And see, that's the tricky thing about these things, isn't it? That he might be doing, he might not be doing. How can you prove it? But it certainly looks like it to me, but you can't prove it. And that's everything these Christians do, everything these Anglicans do is based around that. There's always a side shit. There's always a backstory. There's always a way around it. There's always something that they're doing to hide their true intent, to hide their true targets, to hide their true activity. And I thought it was funny carrying his microphone hand up like that. Anyways, yeah, so the email that was sent to us was not an accident. I don't think it was an accident. I think it was intentional. I think it was prefabricated and premeditated to evoke responses and to create a situation that benefited them, and to create a situation that made me look bad, and to create a situation that covered them covered up their past experiences, their past crimes against us, our unit. For example, fiddling at our door, trying to find a key that worked, and also in relation to that, the relationship between that unit, which is supposed to be not Anglican, and the Anglicans, that there's a relationship there, that they were helping each other. Why would they come to my door and try to open my door unless they were friends with the Anglican Church, unless they were involved in the issue, which is to eliminate me. And the reason they want to eliminate me is because I'm a problem, because I found out their criminal activity and I'm talking about it. And I desperately, well, not desperately, but I sincerely am compelled to warn people about this technology that they have, because they use this against us and completely raped our digital life. They completely raped all our data. They can do anything they want. If they wanted to, and if I wasn't aware of this, they could have easily planted data and made me look like a terrorist. So all this happened the day before the big Belgian bombing in the airport in Belgium, which I think is kind of ironic because there's lots of different kinds of terrorism. Some of them are loud and noisy, like a big bomb, and some of them are really quiet and insidious, and they creep up underneath you and you don't even know they're there. The latter, the creeping kind of terrorism, is the kind that these Christian Anglicans, these Anglicans do. I call them Anglicans, and I'll call them the Angliclan. They're not Christian, but that's the kind of terrorism these people do. And that's the worst kind, because you don't know it's there. There's no proof for it. You can't. How do you stop a machine that is a secret? How do you stop like a computer attack on computer devices, when nobody even knows it's there? That's why there has to be awareness to this, and there has to be awareness to the little tricky things that these people do.